Nearly 1 in 5 workers in Singapore is considered overqualified for their jobs, most by choice. That's according to a study by the Manpower Ministry. Now, this trend comes as education levels rise, with the proportion of residents holding tertiary qualifications growing from just over half in 2015 to 64% in 2025. But what is overqualification and why does this happen? Caitlin Ng with this report.
A mismatch between a worker's qualifications and what their job actually needs. Now, that's what's known as overqualification, and it's becoming a little more common here in Singapore as residents attain higher levels of education. Now, of this particular group of workers, around 9 in 10 of them say they choose to take on these roles, citing reasons such as job stability, interesting work, and work arrangements that met their needs. But of the remaining portion of workers, they're in this situation involuntarily, meaning they're unable to find work that better matched their qualifications, with the key reason being a lack of knowledge for the opportunities available. The Manpower Ministry will continue to track overqualification as another indicator of underemployment. In 2025, the country's time-related underemployment, referring to those working less than 35 hours but willing and available to work more, fell to just under 2%. In line with this, MOM says the overall rate of overqualification remains low compared to other economies. But one expert warns there are still areas of concern, particularly in a rapidly evolving labour market.
Going forward, I think that this number will not be static. It's going to evolve, especially now with the rise of artificial intelligence with AI. AI will actually, perhaps impact on jobs at a higher level. It might even push down, workers to do lower form of work.
He adds there could be longer-term implications, especially for workers below and in their 30s, who make up the highest share of those overqualified.
This is actually their formative years of their development, and if we, miss the boat for this, I think the longer-term impact would be a little bit more severe.
But beyond qualifications, the broader challenge may be skills mismatch. While some workers report that their qualifications may be underutilized, employers still struggle to fill jobs that require specific skill sets.
Sometimes when you are committed to a certain education path, it may not align with what the market is actually seeking, and it may not be also aligned to your personal interest. So that also contributes to why people end up in a different kind of job that differs from their qualification. But ultimately, I think it shows more of a adaptability more than anything.
Ms. Teo says the way workers look for opportunities is changing. As a result, human resource professionals play a key role in helping both employers and workers find the right job fit by aligning expectations and motivations on both sides.
Now, according to the Manpower Ministry, overqualification is common in high-income countries with higher levels of education, and Singapore is no exception. Despite having a higher share of tertiary educated workers, Singapore's rate of 19.4% is below the global average of about 21.6%. Across all age groups, those under 30 have the highest share of voluntary overqualification at 17.6%, followed by those aged 30 to 34. A similar pattern is seen among the involuntary overqualified, referring to those seeking better matched jobs. They are at 21.3% for those under 30 years old. Now, among degree holders, the incidence of overqualification was the highest in areas like humanities and social sciences, fine and applied arts, and mass communication and information sciences. By industry, the largest share of overqualified employed residents were in real estate services, administrative and support services, and food and beverage services. In hiring, it seems that employers tend to prioritize relevant experience and skills and abilities, as well as attitude over academic qualifications. This suggests that being overqualified does not necessarily put job seekers at a disadvantage. In a complementary study by the National Trades Union Congress, it's found that about 86% of respondents were underemployed by choice, Underemployment refers to jobs that do not fully use a worker's skills or falls outside their field of education. The government and its tripartite partners will focus on skills development and job matching to ensure that the underemployed group remains employable. Key recommendations to address underemployment include supporting early career workers, building multiple skill sets to improve employability, and creating programs to ease career transitions. NTUC says underemployment is a multi-dimensional challenge that it aims to tackle.
Well, we all know with generative AI and robotization and digitalization, really every worker matters. We need to really fully maximize the potential of every worker so that they are not underemployed. At the same time, also minimize mismatches, which is one of the key contributions of structural unemployment in Singapore.